Kia ora, and good morning. How's everyone hanging in there? Um, I thought perhaps I bring up a topic that everyone is familiar with in relation to this lockdown: boredom. Oh yes, boredom. Hell, I've had people, friends out there who are sending me pictures of their bald hair, shaving their eyebrows, crazy stuff. you know, just boredom all around. And yeah, boredom. I'm not very familiar with boredom at all because I always seem to find a way to keep myself preoccupied, one way or another. Actually, I love to play. I love activities. I come up with crazy things, and I just get on with it, as many of you've noticed. Um, But yeah, I do feel it sometimes, especially in the mornings after I've exercised. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do next? What can we do with the limited resources we have, the limited space? What can you do? But let's be serious for a second. Boredom is a problem, and it got me thinking this morning about a young man I met over a decade ago. Unfortunately, God rest his soul. He took his life a few years ago because he felt he just couldn't take it anymore. I mean, this young man, he used to come to Pride Lands in the early years when he was 5. Very, very young. He had, and very cute. He had so much life. He had confidence. He could do all kinds of exciting things. He was prepared to learn. He just wanted to get out and do things. I had the greatest hope for him. Somewhere along the line, his parents moved further away and therefore had to change schools, so he went to a different provider. And then a couple of years down the line, I met him again. I went to see him in a youth prison. Yes, he ended up in a youth prison. So I said to him, hey, what gives? How did you end up here, and why? He said, boredom. Just boredom. I said, okay, give me an example. What could have driven you here? He said to me that one of his best times was at Pride Lands because we did a lot of interactive activities. We did a lot of cooking. Our activities was different every day. Like, he always looked forward to what kind of crazy things we're going to come up with the next day. I said, good, good. But you're not telling me how you ended up here. He said, no. He said, I'm getting to it. I said, okay. It was when he changed schools. The provider he went to, unfortunately, they hardly did anything. In fact, the activities they did was the same: coloring, drawing, free time, all day, always in front of the TV, video games, and so on. Now, I know some of you think, oh, yeah, video games, that should be exciting for children. No, it makes them bored. In fact, I don't know how it affects them, but it does. Maybe for the first 5 minutes or 10, may be exciting, but then from there, he said, the whole experience, imagine doing the same thing again and again and again and again, of every second, of every minute, of every hour, of every hour, of every day, of every day, of every week, of every week, of every month, of every year, and for how many years? That's how he put it. I'll never forget the chain of the way he explained it. Exactly that way. And on top of that, you have to deal with bullying, either social media or, physical bullying, verbal abuse. And I said, hey, dude, you came to Pridelands, for a while. I'm sure we taught you a couple of things you can do, how to engage yourself, how to be creative, put some resources together, do some exciting things. He said, yes, but you can only do those things for so long. And especially if you don't learn new things, if other people don't teach you new things, then you're stuck. It's a shame that boredom can take a person's life. And the strange thing is, there are many young people out there right now, many dying in drones as a result of boredom. They've not been taught how to engage themselves, how to be how to be creative, how to put resources together and have fun. For many, they resort to drugs and alcohol. The problem is the teacher, is the supervisors, is the club managers, is the school, is the principals, is the people who should have the ability to teach, to pass on those experiences so that they can grow up and use it and add to it. Boredom it's a dangerous thing. It really is. I've seen many young people suffer as a result of it. When I interview people, when they come to me with a very nice CV and they tell me all the good things about them, I say, good. Now show me. Because for me, seeing is believing. I need to see what you can do. For some reason, some get offended by it. They say, oh, well, my CV should tell you everything. I said, well, yes, it's told me everything you've typed, everything other people have said about you, but I want to see it in action. Some get offended by it. Now, why be offended? If you're capable, why can't you just show me? And for many of the skill tests we've conducted at Pridelands that I have observed myself, I have had qualified teachers, people with vast experiences, and frankly, do not have the ability to coordinate simple activities, even to coordinate the behavior of a child. They don't have it. Just don't have it. So it's to do with the people you bring in. If those people don't have the skills, the ability to pass on that knowledge, that experience to the next generation, then immediately they have failed. And to the parents out there, you need to choose a service that will deliver for your children. Choose a service that will teach your children what they need to do well in society. It's not just all fun and games. It's about social development. It's about teaching them how to be creative, how to use the world as their playground, and how to be respectful. And if an adult can teach that, then I promise you, your children, our children, will grow up and pass it on. And on and on and on. And by the time you blink, you realize it's got to the point where many parents have got to the point where they can't even teach their children these things. Teachers included, schools, and even principals. Choose wisely. We're talking about the future of your children. They are not products on shelves. They're real human beings, and they deserve the best. Thank you, and have a good day.